Scott, it looks like our beloved Skull and Bones is getting a price cut only 3 weeks after release. That's right, by about $25. Tom Ivanov over VGC. Ubisoft's second $70 game, Skull and Bones, has seen its price reduced significantly less than 3 weeks after its release, following a troubled development that saw the game delayed on a number of occasions and rebooted in 2020. Yeah, Skull and Bones was finally released.
That's a very short version of it.
Yeah, that's a very small synopsis. Finally released on February 16th for a price of $70. That is US dollars, by the way, not Canadian. But it hasn't taken long for retailers to slash its price, with Best Buy currently offering the PS5 and Xbox Series XS versions for only $45.99 US as well. During an earnings call the week before its release, Ubisoft was asked why it had chosen to charge $70 for Skull and Bones and potentially limit the size of the player base, despite its live service learnings. In response, Ubisoft's CEO, Yves Guillemot, asserted that Skull and Bones deserved to be a full-price game because of its scale. Quote, "You will see that Skull and Bones is a fully fledged game," end quote, he said. Quote, "It's a very big game, and we feel that people will really see how vast and complete the game is. It's a really full triple quadruple A game that will deliver in the long run," end quote. Ubisoft released Skull and Bones alongside a free 8-hour trial, which is available on all platforms and lets players carry over their progress to the full game should they choose to purchase it. Which did what, Scott? It hooked our friends Nate and Ben, and they jumped in, and that's exactly how it worked. It was great. I think that was a smart move because there's so much doubt when it comes to Skull and Bones. But dude, here we keep talking about it here because we keep playing it because we love the game. Like at the end of the day, it's not perfect, Scott, is it?
I see. No, it does have its issues. It's not quite the world's first quadruple-A game. That's my favorite Yves Guillemot quote of all time. But it's strange to me that there's such a backlash towards a $70 game because that's kind of what the standard was forever, I thought. And this one has a large amount of work behind it. It has to make money back. And I understand that's not exactly my problem, but I like the idea of this trial because the trial is, it reminds me of another situation from way back in the day that I've been told about, is that you can make a lot of money selling an item, but you make a lot more money if you give the razor away and sell the blades. And you'll make a lot more money that. So this trial, you're giving it away. Hey, or try it out. Yeah. But it's only going to work for a little while. You're going to need another one. Come on back.
But yeah, it's a unique approach, and I think something that they needed to do for Skull and Bones because we have followed this game for so long, right? You know what else it kind of reminds me of? Beyond Good and Evil 2. Where's that?
Oh,
and that's something that always sits in the back of our minds because we saw gameplay. We saw.
Yeah.
Footage of what the game, the scope, the whole thing is, right? We saw that here too when we come off of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, a beloved game within that franchise, and they hey, we're gonna take out the ship mechanic and become that in Skull and Bones, and you are the ship. Literally, you are the ship. But it is one of those things. Okay, is this really gonna work? Like, but it's got this hook.
You're a pirate without a sword, but you do have a ship.
No, you can thank me for that quote. It is true, though. But it's one of those things. It is. If they would have launched at $40 instead of $70, it's more enticing to people to jump in at $40 than it is at $70 for a game that they've heard about being troubled from the get-go, right?
That is true. It had the worst reputation going for it after Absolutely. 8 years of development.
So when they announced that they're also doing this 8-hour trial, I'm like, okay. At least you're giving up something if you're still going to charge $70. Dude, I honestly think if they would have just done $40 with that 8-hour trial, the player base would have been much larger, right?
Larger. Absolutely, yeah. So well, part of the math involved in the $70 game, I know it's supposed to include the first season, but I think the argument there becomes, well, it's a live service game. You know, that's kind of what you're signing up for. I don't know why that should be included. It's kind of a given, but...
Yeah. I'm curious to see what season 2 looks like. I'm currently grinding out season 1, and it is a grind, but I like the grind, right? Like, it just feels good. I checked out the item shop today. I'm like, yep, I'm buying that. Like, it's got me, right? I remember when we first jumped in, you're like, dude, are you actually gonna spend money on this game? I went, I don't know. There's gotta be something cool. And then something cool dropped as I got crap. Looks like I'm buying it, right? It's just, no, I'm in. I'm hooked. And there's a few of us that are, like our friends Nate and Ben, dude, all they did the past weekend.
That was the whole weekend.
Skull and Bones all weekend long. I'm like, man, did you guys eat? Like it was, it was one of those things, right? Which is, if it hooks you, it hooks you. But if it doesn't, I completely understand that as well, right? This game is not for everybody. It's a unique spin off of the Assassin's Creed franchise, right? When it comes to the water and the boat mechanics alone, the story with John Skurlock, I like, right? For the most part, it gets you through. But it's the grind of getting to the next ship, getting the next cannon, getting the next, the treasure maps, the sea monsters. So we're back this afternoon to live stream Skull and Bones because that's what we do. We like to do this. And we'll be hunting down the sea monster. Dude, let's get in. What is the sea monster? I've yet to fight one. After 40 hours, I have yet to see one. Actually, it's not true. I saw one because it was glitched into the harbor. I was like, oh, this doesn't belong here. This is weird.
Into the harbor of all places, too. That's so bizarre.
It must have chased somebody in, and then it just got stuck, and it kept splashing around in the harbor. I'll come rolling in because I'm about to just buy some stuff and put stuff in the cargo and this, that, and the other, and cash in my mission. And then I'm like, whoa. What is this doing here? So,
reminded that we are playing a Ubisoft game after all. There are some bugs.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to get into the monster aspect of it all because I am on the brink of becoming a kingpin. And then you need the monster stuff to then cash in that loot for some of the stuff that you really want. Dude, there's so many things. The more I played, right, the more just kept unlocking. But I think, again, it comes down to $70. Overpriced. We stated that in our review. You can check out our review. It's not like we went easy on the game. As much as we enjoy it, there are problems, and we call them out, and we will continue to do so. Just because we were provided the code doesn't mean we have to score it a 10. It doesn't work that way. It's not what we do here.
No.
Right? We give you our honest opinion, and hopefully you enjoy that honest opinion, and then you take that knowledge and go, $70 sounds like it's too much. That's what they said in the review. It certainly is. But if they're already slashing that price, maybe now's the time to jump in.
Yeah, I would agree with that.